Hello there. We are back for another Spider-Man double draft. This time we're doing best of 3 and seeing if we can earn back some gems. So, Silk Guard. This is the first time we've seen that card. We know Exit Death is good. We know Luis is good. This is a powerful pack. Like all first 6 of these cards I want. What do we want the most? Silk Guard. Well, I guess Silk Guard is not good. Is Hexa Death better than Luis? Of Undeath. Luis. Luis is probably better, right? Double black and double green is rough, but wow, what a starting pack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 6. We're very happy playing Mothwing Shroud as well. There's another double pip card that is powerful. And I don't see much else in this pack that we want to play, honestly. If we are green-black, I don't think we are particularly interested in these cards. So I guess we'll take Bayo. And a what? No way to fix. Deathflame Burst. Green-white. We could say that we could end up being green-white. And we would want a pastry, but it's typically reserved for the blue-white decks more so. I guess we'll take these two. Just have crazy looking mana. Double red, double green, double black. Okay, I do like to see that. Damning Caress is a great removal spell. And Tethix is typically best in the blue-black mill deck, but you can have enough mill in green-black that he's still good sometimes. Other than that, maybe the land here is Scout the City. Considerably weaker than the first pack we've seen there. Razorkin. And a lane in are the best cards. Ancestral Carving has some good targets to grab, but I do not think it's the pick here. It's just too slow. So it's possible we don't end up getting to play green. It's a shame because the King of the Cold Blood Curse is great, but this could easily turn into a red-black Mayhem deck. That being said, nothing for us here in red, black, or green besides Clandestine Work. So we'll take the Bargain Spinner and just have an insane series of cards in the first packs. Take Maya's Miss. It's possible we sideboard it in. Okay, looking more like a Mayhem deck now. Imposter Syndrome is fun, but 6 mana, very expensive. We don't really have any blue. Could we be blue-black? I mean, we don't have blue that's nearly as good as these 2 red cards. So let's take Infernus and Caress. Probably cut the king now. Bargain Spinner. Put our removal in a pile and start looking at what our deck actually looks like. Do nothing, draw. Luis probably won't be played as a 2-drop, but he can be. Romantic Rendezvous we'll take. Common Crook we'll take. And then wheel probably nothing unless the Tethix is still here. We can definitely get there with the red-black decks. The tricky part a lot of the time ends up being balancing Mayhem with discard. Don't want discard with nothing to Mayhem, and Mayhem spells that you have to play regularly without discard. Okay, there's a Mayhem payoff. Crobel is just so replaceable. I'm almost tempted to take Hide in Mundanity in case we end up playing blue. But it's probably correct to just take Crobel here. There's the Wekdu. There's the Deathflame Burst. 2 Mayhem payoffs. And I feel like Wekdu is a pretty good example of that. I mean, I'm not jumping for joy when we play him for Mayhem, but I am feeling pretty bad if we play a 2/2 for 3 mana. We're going to put him in the 3-drop slot. And we're going to take a Kitten and Fanatic and hope to not play the Fanatic. So right now, if we count, we have 1, 2, 3 ways to discard, and 1, 2, kind of 3, 4, 5 Mayhem payoffs. Damning Caress here, and we'll take Cam and Ferric and hope to get there. I assume the Romantic Rendezvous will wheel. Another Imposter Syndrome. Knife Trick is another way to discard cards. Multiversal Passage is nice. Does this count as a basic land as far as the Infernus is concerned? I think we'll take a Goro. Remorseless Clue is great removal. We'll take Banemarked Landon. He's best in the blue-black deck, but we'll almost definitely make this Mayhem deck. One, two, three, four. Is this the pack that had Romantic Rendezvous? I don't see it. We're not going to play probably any card out of this pack. We'll take a Rishi just in case it gets sideboarded in. There is the Romantic Rendezvous. We'll take a Temple Trap as well, also for sideboarding purposes. Okay, Let's see. What does the balance look like? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of 5 Mayhem payoffs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways to discard cards. So we probably don't need the Skittering Kitten. We'll cut that. Put the removal in a pile. And I'm tempted to run more mountains and swamps for the Infernus. One, two, three, four. And that's the deck. Let's play first. Okay, good starting hand. Bronze like we are. That's a good sign. And he's not playing a regulation 40. Giant Craft Helm turn 1. How many is that? 44 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 53. Just so we have something to do with our mana, we'll play out the burst. So here we can pay 3 with Luis. Or make him larger if we trade with the Crook. So he'll get a 1/1 counter, but we'll get another 1/1 counter if he trades. Looks like he doesn't pick us up on that offer. Scuttling Spider Coach. Bayo we cannot cast yet, unfortunately, but we can attack with both creatures here. He cannot crew his Spider Coach. We'll hold up Remorseless Coup. It's alright. Okay, interesting. He actually just attacks with the Spider Coach. Doesn't comply with the Valet. We'll destroy it now. Send it to the bottom of his 40 card deck. So he's got 40 cards to work through before he gets that. And Yeah, that's it. Match 1. Okay, so he's got a bunch of little creatures that we didn't want to remove. Miasmic Mist, I think, actually is something we want to bring in here. What do we want to cut for it? Maybe a Death Flame Burst. Grobel. We'll keep it. Luis is going to be awkward with double black, but we're on the draw, and we have Bayo. So we have some upside here. Mulligan. Another turn 1 Giant Craft Helm. If we get to turn 3 with no land, it's probably going to be a Romantic Rendezvous past Wekdu. But looks like we don't have to worry about that just yet. Probably going to be a turn 3 Bayo then. Our ball. Let's play Bayo just in case he does have a shock, rather than using Romantic Rendezvous to get Wekdu out. Gloria, okay, that needs to die. Next turn will be Romantic Rendezvous with Death Flame Burst. Did he already play a land for turn? I believe so. He was on the play, but we haven't missed a land, so fortunately no exile card value off that. Let's do Rendezvous here. We'll get mana off Bayo as well as we cast this. Gloria. I guess we won't be able to flash in Wekdu. But it doesn't matter if we have. I guess it does because mana doesn't disappear as phases progress, so we'll tap a swamp here. Another red mana. Then attack. At the end of his turn, we'll make sure to tap our mountains. It might have actually been correct to play a mountain instead of a swamp. Instead of a second swamp, as Bayo's going to let us stack up red mana like this. We can play, because Bayo is a villain, we have no way to discard right now. Damning Caress on Darval. Play out Wekdu. It looks like it did not tap our black mana. Get in with Bayo. There's the Scuttling Spider Coach gun. Gonna make him have it. He got us. He got our Wekdu. Alright, Luis can come in here for 6. He can pay 6, it looks like. So even with the giant craft helm, he is not big enough. 8, 10. It's not enough, so I guess we'll just attack through. We don't need to damning caress here. This doesn't have breach, does it? Nope. Okay, I think we will damning caress here. No, we'll hold up, right? What if he has Villainous Wrath in red-white? I guess there's nothing he can have. Cool. First traditional victory. Okay, what an awkward starting hand. We're on the play, though. Or on the draw. Let's keep it. Playing regulation size. We do draw Goro, that helps. Looks like Goro's not blocking anything this game. We do have a turn 3 play. Unfortunately, we can't mill Tethix. Ooh, and we would have loved to draw a Romantic Rendezvous. Okay, let's go. Fetch him out. We do have a healthy amount of removal. 3, 5, 6, 7 cards that will destroy his Janai, so. Sacrifice a swamp because we've got double red for Bayo, and we already have double black after that swamp is destroyed. I think we play out the Bayo here and start gaining mana as we play removal spells. Try and catch up for the fact that we're missing a land here. No blocks. I don't think there's +2/+2 in flying, so I think we'll actually chill with Bayo. He is the beatdown currently, and we are the control player. We'll hit QQ since red mana doesn't disappear as phases progress. And from here we will attack with Bayo. Or will we attack with Leonin? I guess Leonin will be better. 3/4 Death Touch. He'll kill any combination of creatures he blocks with, and if he pumps to be 4 toughness, then that's okay. Does he have terrific team up? Alright, so he gives us the 1/1 counter in the Surveil. I mean, we kind of want that. 3, 5. We want cards that discard, like Romantic Rendezvous would be great, but we've already milled it to the graveyard, so we only have 1 more copy. And he could kill Bayo. We really just need mana to play out these cards, even if it's not going to be for their most efficient forms, like the Mayhem form, the Sadistic String Puller, and the from the graveyard form from Tefnix. Basil. Basil looks like the kind of guy that would call you darling. Oh, that's just fabulous, my darling. He definitely looks like he's from the, what was the set where blue-white was way overpowered? QQ here. Get more mana. Now we have 6 mana available to us, even more if we play these. We get 1 red mana back. Nothing worth killing though, so I think we'll just make that same attack with Banemark Lay It in. Or 5/5. What does the 5/5 attack look like? Pretty good, I think. I guess we keep that. For Remorseless Coup, his Basil. Now we just slam the Sadistic String Puller, I believe. Nice. So, he has a lot of 2 toughness stinkers. He had a Perilous Lunge. I think Miasmic Mist comes in here and we get rid of a card like Deathflame Burst, right? Whew, yikes. Keep it. Let's keep it. We may very well just toss a land turn 2. Nope, no we won't. We will play a mountain and pass. Okay, he's ramping, but so are we. For power, we'll be out of range of Perilous Lunge. And Good thing he didn't have a pigeon there, otherwise he would have been able to tap for mana, activate Sarn, gain life, and draw a card. So let's see what we want to do here. We could Knife Trick, get rid of Tethix. Try to destroy his Arachnologist. We do. Attack with the Infernus and play out Leonin. We could play another mountain to make Infernus bigger, but it's going to be better to develop out Leonin. We're, I guess, going to block here so that he can't get free in web. We're technically trading up because that's a 4-mana creature. That he will be able to fetch back because it's 4 mana with Selesnya Archivist. Alright. Krobel will come out here and do some work again, giving us Surveil value and pumping Furnace. Good. We like Remorseless Coup, we'll keep it on top. And next turn, if we put 2 1/1 counters on Krobel, we'll attack for 12 damage. Ooh, he might kill something here. Ah, we live, nice. I was going to say that we probably want to attack with both creatures. We miss out on a 1/1 counter and a Surveil, but I guess he'd need to double. He wouldn't need to double block Krobel. He would be a 6/6. He'd probably either need to get Sarn out, which would be a 3/4 and a 3/3. It'd be a single attack with Krobel, I guess, actually. He would have Death Touch, so he would trade for both creatures. For the trophy, playing against Rod.Vic. Another ick. All red into Infernus. We'll keep it because we're on the draw. And we have a romantic rendezvous if we do have to pitch something to try and get a third win. It's a scary card to see turn 2. Okay, do not mind to see a Spider Coach though. Much less scary than MacD. Let's ramp with Infernus. He may just kill this right away. May actually be correct there if you don't want to die to Spectacular Tactics to play a swamp, so the Infernus is only a 3/3. But there's fight spells that I guess there wouldn't be a fight spell that gets him to beat a 3/3, so it might just simply be correct to play a swamp there. 5 Aerialist is also a spider. Giant Craft Helm. Okay. Well. I think that will want to Death Flame Burst his MacD. And even if he pumps, that'll be enough. We could target Aerialist now to deal with the ward. I think that might actually be a better play. Okay, didn't pause like he had instant speed anything, and we'll attack here. Even though he could play a creature and crew the Spider Coach. I don't think blocking the Spider Coach would be the right thing to do, so we just send the Infernus there. That's a big boy now, but we do still have Damning Caress. And 5 mana. Okay. This will leave us with enough mana to play the Whale. We do have a pretty good matchup. I guess he has some flyers, but we do have a pretty good matchup against ground creatures with the Helm, with all the Death Touch we have. And for flyers, we have removal, like the Damning Caresses. Do we have 3 of those? We do, yes, and a Remorseless Coup. So we're not screwed even if he equips the Giant Craft Helm to a flyer. Typically, I think we may be in this specific scenario, but we'll attack in with the Infernus and 2-for-1 ourselves if necessary with Deathflame Burst. Now that 2 of our 3 Damning Caresses are in the graveyard. Obviously, that would change if we drew another Damning Caress, or if we drew our Remorseless Coup. We do not. Alternatively, we could pump our Infernus. No, we can't. Is it a spider? It's not a spider. Probably trade for our 2/3 here. Yep. So we'll play out Tethix here. Threaten lethal. So Spectacular Tactics would not do it here, but the Lively Leap would give him +2/+2. Be enough to finish us off. As would the +4/+4. Okay, we live. It's a good sign for us. Needs removal or another blocker to survive. I hope to see another blocker rather than removal, because we have removal of our own. Right. Okay, we have Remorseless Coup too, so we'll live. These are both villains. We'll start with Deathflame first. And have Remorseless Coup as a backup if this doesn't connect, but I expect it to. Oh, maybe he does have kill target attacking creature, or kill creature with power 4 or greater. He does have that. Okay. Well, we have to sacrifice a land. Let's give up a mountain here since we have Bayo. And I guess while we have a villain on board, we'll send Etzli to the bottom of his deck. Is that correct? Yes. Because if he responds to what we do to kill our Tethix, we'll take 2 damage and we'll kill ourselves. Pigeon will not be enough. He'll have to block here and we'll trade. We'll keep the swamp in hand for discard. We have another Romantic Rendezvous. He does get to create a food token. Ooh, Luis would have been game. That would have been very nice here. We'll spend our Tethix mana now. We have a lot of good draws. Romantic Rendezvous, Bayo. Luis would have been a good draw. Oh no, okay, he doesn't in web. So this will be another he has to block type situation. Except that he doesn't, right? Because he can gain 3 life off the food. We need to get in there with Cam and Ferric. This is removing a chump blocker if he does have removal for Leonin, but we can't play that scared. Alright, please just stop top decking. 1 turn of lands. Good sign. There's the equip on the Clutter Cluster instead of the Arachnologist, actually. I think that's correct. Clutter Cluster at this point is just a 2/3 with less abilities compared to the Arachnologist. Another land is brutal. So he would have to trade 1 for 1 here if we attack with the Leonin. I think it's better than just attacking the air. Just need anything but like a 3rd or 4th land. Okay, he plays a land. That's good. Damning Caress will do it. As long as he has nothing Excellent. It might have been more correct to leave Cam and Ferric back there, actually, as a chump blocker. Cam and Ferric is not making a difference. Both Sadistic, String Puller, and Bane marked way in and have 4 power. What does he have? He does have 2 power creatures that we could wipe with Miasmic Mist, but he has other creatures like Clutter Cluster and the Arachnologist that have 3 power more. So I still don't know if this comes in, honestly. Temple Trap? I think Temple Trap can come in and Crobel can come out. Not a hand with a 2-drop, but we'll keep it. This is where the Mayhem decks can become awkward. Like, even if we get the Brawlers out and can discard cards like Wekdu to play for 1, what is a 2/2 doing? Turn 5 or 6. Alright, an aggressive start. We will play the Infernus, hope that it lives. And take at least 4 damage this turn. Two drop plus removal for Infernus would be tragic for us. Okay. Smack D is a good card, but it's not removal yet. No blocks. Alright, please let us live, and there'll be, yep, Brawlers plus Wekdu next turn. Or, you take out the Free Strider Aces, play Sadistic String Puller, 1, 3, 2 mana left over. Nah, Brawlers plus Wekdu is probably better. Because if Infernus lives, we'll have 6 mana next turn. We'll be able to Knife Trick, the Sadistic String Puller, and Damning Caress all in the same turn. We're just going to have to take 4, 6, 8, 8 damage this turn. And that was a mistake. We should have done Damning Caress first, so that we didn't come in tapped. Guess we kill the flyer. Oof, yep. Would have helped to have the Sadistic Strangler to block this turn. But as it stands, if he puts this on the, say, the Crime Scene Instructor, the Clutter Cluster, we may just let it go through. I guess you can't put it on Crime Scene Instructor. It's got to be the Weaver or the Cluster. He's tapped out. Double block here. Nah. Trade a 3-4 for a 2-3. We can kill Oris next turn. And before he gets the pump from moving to combat, we want to use Remorseless Coup. So let's not let him pass the combat. We'll ship this now. And now we're top decking. Feel like we've stabilized. Okay, Damning Caress is a great draw. Do we actually want to kill his Leyline Weaver and then just start getting in? Or is it better to just attack with the 4-3? I think it's better to just attack with the 4-3. Save this for when we really need it. Okay. Kills our Sadistic String Puller and has Surveil. We unfortunately do not have Surveil in. So he's going to do better in a top deck situation than we will. But there are cards we can draw, like either of the Romantic Rendezvous. That's why we'll keep this mountain in hand, even though it would make our Infernus larger. And at this point, I think we attack with Wekdu. And offer the trade for the Leyline Weaver, since Spider Coach will get pumped by it. So I think we do kill the Weaver here, right? We can't let him play another Spider and then attack as a 4-4 with that vehicle. And I am going to play the mountain to make the Infernus larger. But the next mountain, staying in our hands. Or swamp. So we double block here. Oh, he doesn't attack. That's good for us. One mountain will come down, make the Infernus larger. We will pass again. He may be figuring that he's in a better position to top deck with Surveil each turn than we are, and he is. But I feel like attacking with the Spider Coach might have been right. I guess he potentially just leaves a 3/3 on board against a 3/4 toughness creature, though. If we draw any mountain, which we did. Alright, we will make Infernus even larger. Now we can survive that Spider Coach attack. One romantic rendezvous, one time. Okay, that is definitely scary. He may send his crime scene investigator soon to put a counter on Wonder Weave Aerialist so that it flies. And then we'll be on a 2-turn air clock. I think he's considering sending it right now. I guess we could maybe allow it this very first turn, go to 4, and then even with 3 power, we're still on a 2-turn air claw. I think he's realizing alternatively he could send the Stagecoach right now. This Wonder Weave Aerialist is a spider. We're just going to have to take this. Will we? We'll go to 4, and then he'll have 3 attacker star, 2 walkers. One will get through. He can do 2 damage. Yeah, I think it's actually correct to let this through. Vein marked Landon. Temple Trap is gone. That is unfortunate. Couldn't actually surveil there. He would need one more mana. City Pigeon. City Pigeon will poke us to death. Now we kind of need our own flyer. We need like Bayo or Luis to buy time. We will need to block here. Now that's a 1-turn air clock. Okay, Daming Caress will buy us some time. But Romantic Rendezvous is really what we need to see. No attacks, unfortunately. He's got that Scuttle Coach. He liked it. It's not a good sign for us. But a 6-turn air clock is considerably slower than a 1-turn air clock. So we'll be happy with Damien Crest from last turn. Alright. I think he should have been doing this earlier. Is that the end of this? Is Etzley a spider? Will he attack? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. 5-5-1-1-6. That's it. Okay, 3-6. We just drew more lands. We don't have a surveil land, so he beat us there. Flyers are a concern. And we had too slow a start. So we could swap in a Rishi for either a Deathflame Burst or where's Crobel? We already took Crobel out. Gororel is fine. Cam will block the Pigeon, but it's not going to block MacD or Wonderweave Aerialist. We don't have a lot of discard at instant speed, so I think Cam actually goes. All right, for all the marbles. Play first. Keep it. Not great, but could maybe get some lifelink going with Luis. Mulligan from our opponent. I think we just slam Luis as is. Do we? Probably better to pass. We have nothing to do and just draw a bunch of lands. We'll want Luis to be a big boy. Yep, and he's not getting through Clutter Cluster. So we'll chill here. It would have been nice to have Bayo, but we decided last minute not to play Luis, so we can't spend that boy. Let him do 2 damage here before we decide to Morsels Coup it. He does. We have a healthy amount of removal. If he does nothing here, I think I'll just pass. Okay, we will Morsels coup this. We need to slow him down. Now we've got some 2-3 on 2-3 action. Unfortunately, he draws a Perilous Splunge. It works out for him. We will pay 1 mana to ping him. Alright, Deathflame Burst will still be powerful enough to knock out Cluttercluster here. And Luis is probably coming out next turn, unless we draw something that looks like it's better to play. City Pigeon. Less scary on turn 5 or 6 than turn 1. But still will slowly peck us to death at 13 life. Ooh, I would have saved Cluttercluster for in Web if I were him. Alright, 2. We can pay 4. No, please don't have Spectacular Tactics. I wonder if he has the destroy target attacking creature or blocking creature again. If he did, I would presume he would attack with Cluttercluster there. Wekdu will actually be able to eat the City Pigeon here. He's got the, yeah, he does have the destroy target attacking or blocking creature, but he could have used that on his turn. Alright, let's go Wekdu. Let's get massive value by blocking this pigeon. Poor Wekdu. No! Okay, we just need anything but lands. Not again. Not like this. Oh well, that's magic. Romantic Rendezvous, like last game, any of those 2 copies will bring us back into it. We have a 1 in 13 chance this turn to draw it. Ooh, and then webbing. Cluttercluster is going to be scary. He might just replay it though. Razorkin. We need a 4 mana play. To get some cards off it, but if he doesn't have removal for this, we could pull back into the match. Alright. Tethix. I guess Krobol's gone. It's largely just Tethix. Now we can web. I would send back the pigeon. That's probably a wrap. Tethix. There goes Rishi. We definitely could have used Rishi. Would have drawn us a card, give us a 4/6 flying blocker. Oof. What can we even draw at this point to get back in that? Maybe Tethix? Horus is probably going to be the end of us. We'll have to block whatever he sends with Bane Marked Laying in. probably too late now. There's Tethix. What do we get? That's first. That's it. Okay. 2-1, not where we want to be. I think that depletes our gem count. But the last two games were pretty unlucky with how many lanes we drew. We do just barely live to draft another day. All right, we'll see you in the next one.